Alright, so we're playing Mardu Knights in day 2 of the Arena Open today. This event is best of 3, unlike the best of 1 we played yesterday. I've made 2 changes from the best of 1 list we played yesterday. The first is that I've got 4 drill bits in my main deck, so I'm expecting a little bit more Jeskai Luca in best of 3. Putting the 4 dire tactics in the sideboard, so we still have this to board into when we're playing against other aggressive decks. And then the other change I made is I cut the 2 copies of Smitten Swordsmith, and I went up a Corpse Knight, and I added a 23rd land. I felt like I was losing more games to not having enough lands than to having too many, so adding a land that can cycle when we don't need it to be a land that also improves our fixing seemed reasonable. So let's go ahead and dive on into some matches and see how it goes. Only 1 standard deck, hard to make a mistake. Good, solid start to the day. We did at least win the die roll of 1 on 5 cards hands by running people down a number of times, so we'll be going to 5 here in a second. 2 easy decisions. Again, Magic has a lot of choices that are pretty scripted for you. Part of me wonders if I'm even supposed to play this game. Like, is it technically to my advantage to, like, make no choices and just concede? Am I supposed to show them, like, they started on 7 cards here? I feel like there's a good chance they see my name and they know what I'm playing anyway, so I'm going to play. I think if you're someone who doesn't have a known name and, like, wasn't someone who streamed and hasn't shown their deck before, I think you should concede here or, like, just pass the turn without playing a card to see what they're playing. But I think because my username is Jeff Hoagland here, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and battle. We'll give it the old college try. They'll keep a hand that's bad against aggro, even though I'm showing Lurrus. Probably Timarek. And then I don't think I can really afford to play around anything here, so I'm just going to go ahead and activate this and hope to not get stomped or Scorching Dragonfired or whatever. These are my tools, just like all in. That these two idiots are either going to drag us across the finish line or we'll die trying. See if we get what's it called here, Storm's Wrath. Survey says. Sounds about right. It's a shame that's not untapped. Pretty sure I'm not supposed to hold up fight as 1 and I'm just supposed to smack them again here. They'd be at 9 if I held up fight as 1. I think it's not good enough. Not bad for a 4-card start, you know. Play some 1-drops, attack a bunch. Alright, so they're going to do this, and then they're going to escape burrow. I think I'm putting this here to encourage them to block my knight. One thing worth noting here too, although I guess actually this is a mistake because if I, okay, so they're not, okay. I was gonna say, I think I'm actually supposed to put it on Venerable Knight because had they chump blocked this, it wouldn't get it, I wouldn't deal 4 and I wouldn't, oh, Venerable Knight. No, yeah. Then if they hadn't chump blocked this, this wouldn't get its extra counter, and this wouldn't be out of Storm's Wrath range. Now it is, though. Am I dead? I could be dead here, right? They attack me for 6, and then they have 1, 2, they have 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 mana is 7. Okay, so I'm not quite, I wasn't quite dead to Expansion Explosion there, which is nice. They can, however, Expansion Explosion my Knight of the Ebon Legion, which is going to kill me, because I'll draw a lot of cards, and then I won't have lethal anymore. Really? Okay. You get Brazen Borrowed or something here? Shark Typhoon. Sure. And then I assume we're gonna die to Expansion Explosion next turn. Not bad for a mold of 4. You know, if we had a couple more resources this game, we probably would have run them down. Hats off to the London Mulligan, as always, making sure that we actually get to play something resembling a game of Magic. I should have waited the shock in there. Honestly. It's like we're dead Counterspell Expansion Explosion. We were dead to just Expansion Explosion, either way. The shock means I'm dead to Stomp, though. Which I didn't need to be. We'll see. Maybe they're pretty unfortunate. They could just have a bunch of bricks in their hand. They didn't scry at their upkeep, so I assume we're dead. If we die to Stomp, I'm going to feel pretty bad about that shock land at the wrong time, but it is what it is. We know they have 4 spells in their hand, because Uro's Trigger didn't pause to ask them to put a land into play. Survey says, I believe they are paying X. Sure. We tried. Not a bad try for a 4-card hand. Uro's a pretty messed up Magic card. I got a couple of Desparks. It's good. Definitely want my drill bits. Got Blacklance. I'm expecting them to have sweepers post board, so if I just one sounds good. don't think this is good enough for exiling Uro. It's mostly there for the cat matchup. The wondering. Are they taking a while to sideboard? Or has my client disconnected and I just don't know? Oh, I wonder, ooh, I do, where are we at in this match? Am I disconnected or will I get to play? Who really knows now? I guess we'll wait and see. Oh, I wonder, ooh, I do, will I play my match? That was like C+. It's not bad. We fumbled a little bit in the middle. Look at that. It worked. Great. Keepable 7. Let's do it. Sure. The chains animation there for the triggering spectacle on drill bit. That's a one-sided animation, so they do not see it. For a really good start here, unless they have double sweeper, we should be pretty well positioned to run them down. We'll go Tournament Ground into Skyknight Vanguard, attack for 3 drill bit next turn. And we'll just have night activations from there on out. I have a shock here. Show me your bits. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for the tip, by the way. Dirty Caveman. I think that was to play a Runeterra deck. If so, that sounds like an okay number. I'll catch up on all the subs and donations when we're off the delay. I appreciate the support, folks. Yep. Kind of expecting Brazen Borrower to bounce my Skyknight Vanguard here. I suppose we could see it bounce the token, because it does technically kill the token. Could go either way there. Yeah, not surprised to see the Vanguard get bounced. They just, you know, as this game goes along, they're definitely incredibly favored, so they just want to buy themselves time. I might just Lurrus. Okay, that changes the dynamic. Let's start by attacking in case they have a flame sweep. Basically playing the game like, do they have a sweeper or do they die? Everybody says. If they do find the sweeper, I have Lurrus to rebuild a little bit, so we're not guaranteed just dead, but obviously they're not dead if they have the sweeper. This is, it's definitely lethal. Is that lethal without the second one? I don't actually know. Yeah, looks like it. Yeah, -2, so we were lethal without the second one. It's nice to have it, though. We'll have all these. This is the hard game. This one where we're on the draw. And obviously needs to draw a black source, but it's kind of hard to pass up 1-drop, 2-drop. Swish. 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 When we're on the draw like this, beating a flame sweep's basically going to be impossible. Again, lots of games of Magic tend to not be particularly stimulating. They largely come down to, you know, did I run my opponent down or did they not have the thing? I'm going to play the Worthy Knight here on 2, I think, other than the Inspiring Veteran, so I'm going to go ahead and attack first. Sure. Okay, with that play, and now I'm glad we waited. Am I glad we waited? Okay, am I going Worthy Knight or am I going double 1-drop? I kind of feel like I'm playing double 1-drop. Maybe that's wrong. I guess if I go Worthy Knight, I could go 2-drop 1-drop. The nice part about this sequencing is after I play Veteran, I can pump. This can get pumped up this turn. Assuming they have nothing. Probably going to see a piece of interaction here, though, I imagine. Aether Gust. Yeah, that's fine. Better than my average draw, I think. No black source does mean I'm unable to pump Knight of the Ebon Legion, which is worth mentioning. Also can't cast Despark, which is unfortunate. Do this and rebuild. And have another sweeper immediately. They'll be in a bit of trouble. Okay, they're still bricking. It's good for us. Here's a swamp. So I think we're solidly on to just hope they don't have it planned. Not get land Storm's Wrath, basically. If they flame sweep, I keep the Knight of the Ebon Legion at least. Oh, dead. Not dead yet. Are they dead? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they are. Which Spark? E-Spark. Good night, my sweet prince. Hey, 1 down, 6 to go. One of the reasons why Despark's good in this matchup is because they board in things like Nightpack Ambusher, so it's a flexible card that allows you to not only get rid of Nightpack Ambusher, but also Wilderness Reclamation in a pinch. I think this is a mulligan. I think if I had a 1-drop, I would consider keeping a 4-lander. But even with all 3 of my colors, I think especially against a Yorion deck here, I wanna look for a 1-drop. This is like the Monkey Paw looking for a 1-drop hand, right? And this seems very good. Keep this. Gonna bottom the Triome. Get the Skyknight Vanguard. If we draw another 1, we can go 1-drop, 1-drop, 1-drop. You're supposed to lead on Knight of the Ebon Legion, actually. Probably. I don't know. If I don't draw the 1-drop, I play Inspiring Veteran on 2. Omen of the Forge. That's super rough. Lands, that's Black Source isn't a bad pickup here. Means we can activate Knight of the Ebon Legion. Okay, step 1, didn't get shattered. We're really lucky they'll miss land drop. It's not pickup though. This means that these no longer die to Yorion, Blink, Omen of the Forge. Your opponent, please don't sweep me.
Let's try this.
Survey says, who's dead? You or me? Pick one. Yay! They picked right. Yay! So, my deck, the way I've configured this, is pre-boarded for this matchup. So you actually just click submit. And that's the change I talked about yesterday. Like I said yesterday, we played 4 Dire Tactics in the main over 4 Drill Bits. I was expecting less Jeskai Luca and more Winota in best of 1. So yeah, we just click submit. While Unbreakable Formation feels appealing against sweeper decks, it's actually, not only is it difficult because they have Teferi to hold that up, but like holding up 3 mana on the sweeper turns is basically impossible. Fight as 1 is a lot more efficient way to counter their sweepers when they don't have Teferi in play, and I think that does a plenty good job. The Unbreakable Formation is largely in the sideboard for other creature decks. It allows you to punch through board stalls when they happen, which is nice. Cheeky one of for when you think the board's gonna get gummed up. Let you punch through. Not a bad mold to 6. 5. I think I'm gonna keep this and bottom. extra black source, keep the extra white. I think I'm playing Worthy Knight on 2 here, so I'm gonna leave. I know last game I said I should have led on this, but I'm playing Worthy Knight on 2 this game, so I'm gonna lead on Fervent Champion. Archon of Sun's Grace, eh? That's a really good one. That change my sideboard plan? I think it does. I think this means I want Despark here. Tough one to race. Probably impossible. I'm just hitting them here, and now I'm gonna go Corpse Knight, Corpse Knight. This still pumps up from that. Maybe I'm supposed to play this tap so I could double pump this, although they're probably gonna start pumping out 2/2s. Or pause to think about if they want to chump my Knight of the Ebon Legion or not here. Gosh, we're so close. Okay. Board in a bunch of creatures, hit your Agent of Treachery on your Luca down tick anyways. It's pretty peak standard. The attack with Archon means that they, okay. Just want to get me dead on board. They attack like this, they go to 10. I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It would mean if they attack with these and Anthem is lethal. Yeah, I think they're just supposed to attack with 1. They don't want to give me a Lord as an out here. We're definitely playing this. The question is, do I want to kill their Archon? Probably. Because the other one died, but now I get to go Lurrus into replay this. I'm probably still dead here. I don't know. This Mardu deck's really impressive. Like, even in games like this where they, like, played Archon and we're like, oh, crap, we're dead. It's, like, still played, like, a really competitive game of Magic. They get to Yori and blink a bunch of stuff here, including Agent, right? Maybe I'm supposed to kill Agent because they can do that? Because I was gonna gain 2 life regardless. That's probably the line. Like, take the Agent out of play. Of course, the Luca's probably getting another Agent anyway, so I'm not really sure that it matters. This doesn't matter, right? So they get to do this, and they blink Agent and Shark Typhoon and Luca. And then I think we're out of range at that point. Okay, I think I'm in for Despark if they're boarding in a bunch of Archons of Sun's Grace. Cut the Blacklance Paragons again. You know, one of the primary pieces of advice I can give with a deck like this is don't overboard. You basically don't want to board out more than 2 creatures in any matchup. You want to make sure you keep your deck reasonably linear and aggressive. It's close, but I think it's a mulligan without a 1-drop on the even on the play. This hand's definitely a keep. The question is, what am I throwing back? I think it's just the Swamp. It could be the Corpse Knight. Could be the Corpse Knight. The Swamp or the Corpse Knight. I'm more likely to draw another land than I am to draw another 2-drop. The downside to bottoming the Swamp here is I can't double Drill Bit on 2, but I don't know that I'd want to double Drill Bit on 2 anyways. I think I'd rather Corpse Knight first. That's about a wash, right? Because Corpse Knighting first means I get 1 less damage on this attack, but it means I get a damage off of this next turn when I play it, which is nice. Do you have Omen in the Forge, opponent? Really glad we bottomed the land now. Hopefully this is just Omen of the Sea. Let me get to Drill Bit, take their Sweeper, and beat them down. Oh, it's probably Omen of the Forge, and they're debating which one they want to kill, whether or not they want to kill the Corpse Knight or the Veteran. I think they probably want to kill the Veteran. I want to kill the Corpse Knight. Okay. This is kind of punishing for my sequencing. Man, that's a massive grip of cards that will suck for me. And just like, they have double Omen, and they have guaranteed 5 lands, so they're going to get to Yorion as well. And I can't, the fact that they have Teferi and Omen means I can't take their turn 3 play here, which sucks. I guess it's just Arcana Sun's Grace, but all my lines here are bad. We're probably going to lose this one. Opponent's deck is tier 0 for a reason. Oh, magic. So I'll do this, and then Meliorian, Blink Archon, and Omen of the Fire here. I believe they see each other come into play and they still get a 2-2. Oh. Yeah, magic works. It'll be a quick tournament at least. I'm really looking forward to playing more Runeterra today. Seems like a neat game. It seems like they have a lot of good plans in terms of how they're going to keep things balanced and updated. I'm really disappointed in Wizards of the Coast and how they've managed their standard format. I really had a lot of optimism when they got rid of scheduled ban list updates, thinking they would take the opportunity when they got rid of scheduled ban list updates to be more fluid and quick in their responses to issues in their formats, and it just hasn't been the case. If anything, I think it's actually caused them to become more slow than they had been previously, which is incredibly frustrating. It'll be interesting to see what they do tomorrow. I have pretty low faith that they're going to make good decisions. Just have a hope, fingers crossed they don't mess up Historic too much. Seems good. Get to go 1-drop into 1-drop, trigger Knight of the Ebon Legion on turn 2. Good start against Yorion until we get turn 3 Deafening Clarion. Lost the die roll, but they mulliganed. Oh, they're Yorion, they're Bant Yorion. Okay, fair. Ooh, that's excellent as well. That means that on turn 3 we get to go Inspiring Veteran, hold up Fight as 1, which is quite good. One of the small sequencing things we're going to do this game is we're going to shock in this turn. So this way it is not abundantly clear that I'm holding up a piece of interaction on turn 3. Because if I shock in the Godless Shrine on turn 3, it's like, oh, they very clearly have Fight as 1. Whereas if I wait a turn like this, or if I shock a turn in advance, it's not as clear. There's a Reef, sure. As you will. No ramp there is good for us. I think I'm just holding up Fight as 1 here. I don't think there's a reason to play out the Venerable Knight. They're like pretty dead on board. Even without the extra things. I think I just want to protect my squad. Even if they don't have a sweeper, they could easily have a piece of spot removal. Hopefully we don't get even odded here. Well, obviously that would leave Inspiring Veteran around. Losing my 3 odd creatures in a way that I can't get them back with Lurrus would really hurt. I don't really know what the opponent is doing. I guess they're playing like Sultai Elementals, but I don't really know if they're super creature based or if they're super sweeper based. So I think I'm actually just gonna click submit. When in doubt, just run back your main deck. Drill Bit is reasonable against both sweepers, and it's fine against if they're a more creature-based deck, so I'll run it. Hopefully we won't have a game 3, and if we do have a game 3, we can maybe reassess. Easy mulligan here. Well, we're not excited, but we're going to keep. We hope to draw red source. Gotta draw a land anyways, so might as well bottom one. I'd probably mulligan this on the play, but on the draw we've got 3 shots at it, so. I'm gonna get 7. Scry me a river, baby. Scry me a river, baby. It's not bad, it's castable at least. I guess drill bit's a reason to keep the second Godless Shrine. If I drew a black 1-drop here, I wouldn't be able to... If I had drawn a black 1-drop there, I wouldn't have been able to go drill bit plus the 1-drop, like drill bit, or drill bit Knight of the Ebon Legion to think about, perhaps. That's a reason to drill their bits ahead of time. Let's take a peek at what they have going on here, huh? Okay, so they're a giant pile of greed. Got it. Cry of the Canarium is a good one to keep on our mind as we sequence in Game 3. Open a notepad up and write that one down. And then at this point, just like Yorion as a 4-5 is like probably enough to bridge them into winning this game. Seeing what their deck is doing, I think we're just on the submit plan for the 3rd game on the play. Expecting to get Casualty of War next turn, but it is. We'll lose Lurrus and the Triome, and then they'll Agent of Treachery us next turn and we just lose. Maybe they won't have a land. I'm gonna concede if they cast Agent next turn. They're gonna get to guaranteed Agent us again the following turn. And yeah, I don't have anything else on the board that offers counterplay against Cry. Just to have drill bits and then fight to pump our things up. A little bit easier to sequence around Cry on the play, although there are just going to be games where we just die to it, like we did in that game there. The fact that our mana was awkward didn't help, but it is. Like I said, this Mardu deck, and a lot of decks in Magic, honestly, a lot of, you know, your key decisions are how you sideboard, how you mulligan, and then your actual plays inside of the game tend to be pretty scripted. Pretty clean to identify optimal routes and execute them if you're taking your time and thinking about it. Are okay at Magic the Gathering. I'm okay. We're not gonna say good. We'll say okay though. We're keeping. I think we're playing Worthy Knight on 2. Land's a great draw. It means I can go Veteran into Hold Up Fight as 1 to counter a Cry on 3. And then we'll be off to the races from here. Can't play around anything, I don't think. Can I now? Huh. This actually changes the dynamic? That's interesting. But we're definitely attacking with these two. The question is, am I playing Knight and playing around a second copy of Cry? I think the answer is yes. I don't even have to shock to do that because this is going to get a counter at end of turn. I'm going to hedge them not having Cry and play out one of these because it likely puts them dead on board. This is also, playing this out is also better in case they have the even odd sweeper. And then, like, if they Cry us, we can Lurrus plus Venerable Knight from hand, plus smack them with Knight of the Ebon Legion and, like, have something of a board presence. Oop. Cell phone over. My raid auto battle's just finished, so I can put it on. Turn off the screen and put it off to the side. Sweet. So you're dead? Alright, well, we're 2-1, so at the very least, we've batted 500 in this tournament. Get to play till 2 losses, so every match is a little bit closer. Slow and steady, wins races and stuff. 3 matches in 50 minutes, not bad. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Played 3 games all 3 times. Losing die rolls. It's disappointing. Magic's easier when you win the die roll, chat. They are Obosh the Prey Piercer. Yeah, I think the Sand's fine against Obosh. The Drill Bit's not very good, but we can't cast it anyways. The 6-card hand tier is super reasonable. Obosh is likely mono red. So they had a long pause there, which makes me wonder, do they have a stomp and they elected not to use it? Or did they just have multiple ones? Or did, like, their cat knock their drink over? So, like, I could just jam this Corpse Knight that we drew. Or I could play Venerable Knight plus Plains to hold up Fight as one. I think I kind of like the latter. This will definitely be a matchup where the drill bits come out and the dire tactics come in. This is the downside to this line, is they get to attack with this with impunity. They get to trigger their light up the stage now. Okay, let's do this and pass. And then this holds up Blacklance Paragon, so this way if they attack with Annex, I can block with a First Striker, and then Blacklance too, First Strike, Death Touchdown the Annex. This is probably a game one we're going to lose. Hopefully their last card isn't Shock. Could be. The pause on turn 2 in their sequencing decision sense could indicate a Shock here. Shock. Unfortunate. Into that. Drill bits out. Dire tactics in. This is the Suffocating Fumes matchup. Believe it or not, this is the Suffocating Fumes matchup. I know the lifelink on this is super appealing, but the fact that it's a 3-1 for 2 actually makes it quite medium here. So I'm gonna board those out. I'm supposed to throw a fight as one. Again, my general rule of thumb is never cut more than 2 creatures. You want to be at 27 creatures post-board most of the time, I think. Because again, even though the interaction is good here, we're not a control deck. We want to be able to apply pressure and kill our opponent. So it's important that you have at most 9 non-creature spells post-board. Is another way to think about it. So 27 creatures or 9 non-creature spells post-board are the metrics you're looking for when you're sideboarding with this. Thanks for the subs and resubs, by the way. While I've been live, we've had Tom Tracy checking in for 50 months. Thank you for that. BJ Forget for the 5 months. Dan May Chat, thanks for the 3 months. GM Miller, thanks for the 30 months. I don't care about my username, was 11 months a little while ago. DZ, checking in for the 2nd. Cyrell for the 20. Wolfwood for 20. MTG Grizz a while ago for 2. Came for the hoots. Stayed for the memes and the great content. Thanks for keeping me around, folks. Sorry for the bit of a delay, trying to focus and play reasonable tournament magic here. I won't say good tournament magic. I don't know that I'm capable of playing good tournament magic. We'll say reasonable. Close to acceptable. Oh, mana bases. I think this is a mulligan. Fight is 1 and Suffocating Fumes I can't cast. I guess I have all of these. That's close. That's close, chat. Yeah, it seems very reasonable. Let's hurt ourselves a little, huh? We could maybe get into trouble with that if we draw too many more non-creature spells, but keep tournament grounds and that don't hurt us after this. I guess I could lead on Tournament Grounds here, but that means I definitely can't... So this sequencing is great like this, because now I can play this tapped on 3 and still cast Dire Tactics, which is nice. Dire Tactics exiling is so huge in this matchup. It exiles Annex, it exiles their Phoenix. A lot of their threats you want to get gone permanently. But a little bit of defense on the other side of the board, huh? Punch. Level on up the night. Do 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 do. We just get rid of him. Well, so if they block with everything, that's 7 power. And then I just like Lurrus replay this. So I guess we're attacking with this. They would like to turn their board into Satyrs in order to kill my knight. I am okay with that. These Godzilla lands are great, by the way. Run! It's Godzilla! This card's so sweet. I like him. I like him. I like him a lot. I think if they... Wow, no blocks. Okay, sure. I'd say I think if they jump block, I'm going to play out Lurrus in addition to this, but I'll let him waltz on through. We'll take that. I'm going to have land Obosh here. Yeah, I probably should have played the Sacred Foundry there. I don't know that it matters a ton, but... Obviously, this is first striking down my creature, but I get to recast it with Lurrus next turn. If I put a 6 point of toughness on this, it doesn't really matter, so I think I'd rather put a 3rd point of toughness here. Personally, it's not bad. Worth noting, these tokens are even, so Obosh does not double them up. Also worth noting that they have a castle down here, which effectively gives +2 attack while Obosh is in play. One of the nice things about playing against Obosh, though, is they don't have to worry about something like Ember Cleave out of them next turn, so that's a nice thing to have in our back pocket, so to speak. If they chump block or take this hit, we will go Corpse Knight, Shock Land, Lurrus, replay a 1-drop from the bin. Yeah, I think I'm okay with this trade, right? This is doubling to 12 anyway, so I have to be. If we weren't okay with that trade, we shouldn't have attacked. And I think I'm replaying the 2-1. Because I'm not going to... I'm not going to get to deal 4 to them anyways. So this isn't going to get bigger. So as well get this Dorko out there so that way it can die in combat and put a counter on something else again. Satyr tokens notably cannot block. The 1/1, what's it called? The mass token can, however. They're first strikers with the Castle Embereth. I get to cut through my 3 toughness things for free, which is unfortunate, but it's what it is. My 3/3s roll up free blocks on their Satyr tokens. Those don't have great attacks. We can chump block Obosh with the Venerable Knight. And then we take a total of 8 from the 2 1-drops. I don't feel like Attack All is a very good play for them. Fervent Champion changes the dynamic on that a lot, because now they can pump, that is haste, and they can pump those up to effectively attacking for 6. I think I am, once again, just like throwing this in the way. Pump here would actually be kind of okay for us, because it means, like, while we're taking 6 and it feels bad, like, it means the last card in their hand is a brick at least. That is not the spell I wanted for Christmas. It does at least mean I can double pump the Knight of the Ebon Legion, though. So this is a, what, an 8/9? Feel like we're behind at this point. If we peeled the dire tactics for the Obosh, we might be okay, but it feels like our opponent's definitely ahead from the position they're in right now. And our deck doesn't really have a catch-up mechanic. We're an aggro deck once we get behind. A hard time punching through. Maybe I'm supposed to bring in the Unbreakable Formation this matchup. You see that? I think a good game of Magic either way. Some good back and forth, good key combat decisions. The games of Magic in this format that aren't like, you know, people Agent of Treacherying each other tend to actually be pretty reasonable. To the Biddy's Bluish Monster, I appreciate that. Ugh. Nothing to flashback. I guess her tokens don't actually accomplish anything here because Lurrus, yeah, she's just pumping up for the turn.
Study? Focus? I just want to burn stuff already.
Okay, fight as one could potentially be very useful. It gives us a surprise extra point of lifelink on Lurrus, which can be key to surviving a turn potentially. It's actually worth noting that we're slowly burning them out with this Corpse Knight, which is nice. We're just on the pass plan at this point. Need my Knight to help control the board, I think. We're at a virtual 12 with the fight as one in our hand. And remember, this is only game 2, and we're down a game, so if we manage to squeak this one out, we're going to have to try and win a game on the play. Oh, we were talking about not having a catch-up mechanic. There's totally 3 sweepers in my deck, so obviously that would be the best one. G2s, thanks for the biddies, I appreciate it. Suffocating, whatever it's called. That one's really good. Pretty good.
Can't believe Mother Ludi gave us homework.
Opponent drew Planeswalker into Annex. I drew another land. It's not bad, you know? Bill's Magic Man. The hope here is that they make a bad attack, or they make an attack that's not good explicitly against fight as one, and then we get to kill them on the backswing. Is the hope. Oh, magic.
Hey, these little guys are great.
Okay, so one of my creatures has to survive the backswing. And with fight as one, that might be possible. These tokens don't block. We go block. 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 Yeah, it's not going to be enough, right? This is 12, 14. And I'm going to 12. Literally just needed a spell last turn. Just any spell in my deck. I guess another fight is one. Wouldn't have done it, because it would have only put us to 13. Let's double check in the metrics here. 12, 14, gain 4, go to 12. Everyone's blocked the biggest possible thing. Tokens aren't doubled up, they just are what they are. Hey, good games, opponent. Alright, I mean, we went 2-2. Like I said, Magic's a high variance game. We ran a little bit above average yesterday. We got one of our 3 entry fees back from yesterday. That's how the gambling goes. I'll be back when this clicks off here in just a moment. I will fire back up without a delay with some historic. So thanks for hanging out today, folks. Don't go anywhere. We got plenty more Magic and other games coming up today.